Hi, welcome to Business Forward. This is Travis Markwood with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce, and we're here today, Chamber of Commerce member. We're here at Good Care, and I have Tim Good in front of me here. Tim, owner-operator of this shop. Gosh, you've been doing this for a while. Tell me a little bit about what Good Care is and maybe how you got started.
Okay. I am a respiratory therapist. I've been practicing respiratory therapy for over 40 years. Went into home care, home medical equipment in 1981. Prior to that, had been working as a consultant in hospitals and home care operations. Started in Logan, Ohio as our primary site. That's where I grew up. Moved to Lancaster 20-some years ago, opened an office here 12 or 13 years ago, and just moved to this facility last year. So that's what we've been doing.
Well, so you've been doing this for a while. I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes within the industry. Tell me a little bit about what it was like when you started and kind of how the industry is today.
Okay. When we started, probably the drive to go into home care was 30, 40 years ago. A patient would need oxygen. That was in the days of tanks. Then they come out with oxygen concentrators, and they were huge, a little bit like computers. They were huge, and they've gotten smaller over the years. And there was just a real need to provide home care in the home for patients, primarily oxygen. 30 years ago, there was a lot of intense follow-up provided to those patients. Now it's the equipment is much more foolproof and much more stable, and so we don't do as much in-home follow-up. We're primarily doing a lot of office work, and the office model is probably the wave of the future.
Okay. Now, it's no secret we do have somewhat of an aging population, so how are you seeing the need? Has it increased over the years?
Yeah. Much of our work is the treatment of obstructive sleep apnea, and that is not primarily age-driven, so we are seeing lots of younger patients. The oxygen, hospital bed, wheelchair portion of the business, of course, is driven more by age and debility.
Absolutely. Now, do you work closely with a lot of the different doctors' offices or the hospital system in town here?
Yes, we would be part of the medical community. Almost everything that we provide is prescribed by a physician, although there is a large segment of what we call equipment for activities of daily living that can be purchased without a prescription, just by cash purchase. But all of the respiratory products are primarily prescription-driven, so we work with physicians, hospitals, nursing homes, and other healthcare providers.
What would you say your service area is? Is there a certain region that you feel like you serve?
We say southeast and south central Ohio.
Okay. Well, a good location for serving that area of the state for sure. Now, how many employees do you have here, Tim?
In this office, we average around 3. We have a total of 10 employees in the business.
Okay. And those include service technicians, delivery folks, office help?
Right, as well as a respiratory therapist.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I know that we want to see some of the different things that you offer here, some of the actual products and services. So why don't we take a look, head on over to the other side of the shop here, and we'll look at some of these things.
Okay.
Welcome back to Business Forward. Again, I'm Travis Markwood with the Lancaster-Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce, and we're here at Good Care in Lancaster. And Chamber of Commerce member, we got Tim Good here with us, owner-operator of Good Care, and we wanted to take a little kind of peek about some of the things that you actually have in the shop here and some of the things that you do with your business. And we mentioned in the earlier segment that CPAP machines and oxygen equipment is one of your main things that you focus on, and we actually have some of that here. Tim, do you want to describe to me kind of what this item is?
Sure. This is a CPAP machine. They've certainly miniaturized since units that were introduced about 20 years ago. This particular unit is for the treatment of obstructive sleep apnea. Probably the newest thing in the treatment with CPAP is most of these are a cell phone device or Wi-Fi, so the patient can be monitored constantly. The data is fed every day to a database. either to the sleep physician or to us as a respiratory therapist. So that's a typical CPAP machine. This is an oxygen concentrator, produces its own oxygen. This is a stationary unit, which is used in the home. And then they have portable oxygen concentrators, which are much smaller for portable oxygen outside the home. They're primarily battery driven. Those weigh 6 to 7 pounds. But these are kind of the workhorses of the industry for oxygen.
Excellent. Now, I know there's a lot of other products that you offer here, and we have a display shelving unit here. It looks like we have some stabilization boots, and yeah, I'm probably referring to them with the wrong name, but you can correct me where I'm. Tell me a little bit about some of the things you offer.
Most of these products here are non-custom orthotics. They're just off-the-shelf braces, ankle boots, back braces, shoulder immobilizers, wrist splints, many of the things that would be ordered out of a typical physician's office or out of the emergency room for patients who have sprains, breaks, whatever. So this area is primarily those kinds of products. In front of us is primarily mobility devices, transport chairs, rollators or rolling walkers. Behind, against the wall, there's also, what do we call those things? Knee scooters for patients who have had primarily ankle surgery. Then we also have a lot of bathroom assistive devices, shower chairs, portable commodes, transport or transfer benches, those things which would assist a patient in a bathroom or shower situation.
Now, I see that you also have kind of a lift chair over there.
Yes.
And that can be important for folks that are having mobility issues. How would someone go about kind of, you have different colors, I assume, and different patterns?
We have a limited selection of lift chairs here and a larger selection in Logan. Patients can select collars. We provide, we think, a very high-quality lift chair. We're one of the few companies that will actually do repair on a lift chair. So if you have had a lift chair purchased from another supplier and need repair, we can do that as well. Many of the lift chairs can be ordered, special order, special collars, or you can, if you like a collar or a particular chair that is in our showroom, we'd be happy to provide that. Sometimes it does require a spatial size of chair if the client is really short. And you will notice the two chairs that we have in our showroom. One is a smaller chair, probably better for a shorter person. We have chairs for what we call the bariatric applications, patients who weigh a lot more and need a larger chair. So we do have quite a large selection of those.
Excellent. Well, certainly a lot of products and services here to serve the community. I know before we wrap up here, we want to talk a little bit about the customer experience when dealing with Good Care. So let's maybe head on outside here and wrap up the show and talk a little bit about your customers.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to the Young Professionals segment, this part of the show. And this is brought to you by Cryo Communications. And today's guests, we have Justin and Kate Bruce with Bruce Chiropractic. How you doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're glad you're on. Got a brand new business you're going to start in town. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But let's get a little history on you guys. Now, you're local to the Lancaster community, correct?
Yes, I grew up here. I've lived here my whole life. Graduated from Fisher Catholic.
Okay.
Went on to go to school at the University of Dayton, and then on to chiropractic school in St. Louis after that.
Okay. How about you, Justin?
Also went to Fisher Catholic, spent some time at Ohio University, and been working in sales and marketing ever since.
Okay, fantastic. Now, after school then, moved back, or were you ever away, or did you stay in town?
We moved to St. Louis while I was in school there.
Okay.
And then we came back once I graduated this past December. Now we're here opening our new business.
Perfect. And let's talk about Bruce Chiropractic a little bit. So this is going to be a new downtown business, which we're really excited about. Neighbors to the Chamber of Commerce. I think I can see your office across the street there. But talk a little bit about what we're going to offer there.
Yeah, a new chiropractic office downtown, right across from where the lodge used to be. we're really excited to be down there offering chiropractic care to the local community.
Absolutely. And when you talk chiropractic care, full line of services there?
Yes, we're going to do chiropractic adjustments, also class 4 laser therapy, intersegmental traction table. We can do a lot to help out.
Excellent. And Justin, a little bit about you. What do you? So you're in marketing right now?
Correct. Yep. I travel nationwide doing some marketing. I will be marketing for Bruce Chiropractic. And,
of course you will. Yeah.
Yes, I've already been doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll continue to do that and then help her grow this business as well.
Excellent. And doors are going to open for
March 1st.
March 1st?
Grand opening, yep.
Excellent. Well, we're excited to partner with you there on that as well. We're doing a ribbon cutting over there. So you have to come check these guys out downtown. How about, we're not working all the time, but I know you have a little one that you had in our office the other day, so I'm sure that keeps you busy, right?
Oh, yes. 3-month-old. He's a ton of fun.
Excellent. And what do you guys like to do in your free time? If there is any free time with a 3-month-old.
Yeah,
right?
what's free time?
Yeah.
We like to play golf. We go out together and play, and
Okay.
most of our time is spent with little Carter.
Yeah.
That's changed our world.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate you guys being on the show today and look forward to working with you at the Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, folks, again, this has been the Young Professionals segment brought to you by Cryo Communications.
As a company of young professionals, Cryo Communications is proud to sponsor this segment. We specialize in helping businesses and organizations get the right message to the right audience, at the right time, and in the right way. To learn more about Cryo Communications and how they can help you with your communication needs, visit them at cryocommunications.com. Business Forward Ribbon Cuttings is brought to you by the Frankie Smith Funeral Home. Respect for tradition, regard for change. Locations in Lancaster and Baltimore. Visit them at their website at funeralhome.com.
Welcome back to Business Forward, again at Good Care here in Lancaster, and I'm with Tim Good. And we stepped outside, believe it or not. We're filming here in February, and it's a 60-degree day out. So we're having some fantastic weather. We thought we'd step outside to wrap the show up here. Tim, let's talk about your customers and what kind of experience they get when they deal with Good Care. If I were a customer walking in, not exactly sure what I need, how do you consult with them?
Okay. Depending on the area of need, whether it be respiratory versus mobility, typically, unfortunately in healthcare, much of it is driven by what kind of insurance do you have? That would be one of our first questions. What kind of coverage do you have? Is this a cash consideration, or are you looking for insurance coverage? Basically, we have two types of patient interaction initially, patient-customer. If it's a referral from a physician, you walk in with a prescription, we get a phone call, we get a fax ordered by a healthcare professional. We deal with that as a referral. If you're walking in the door and you're just looking to purchase something for one of your family members or yourself, we look upon you, of course, as a client. We discuss coverage, we discuss the product, we show you various types of products. If you're still concerned about payment and insurance, then we would verify insurance coverage. So we take the time to deal with you. It's not just a typical retail experience where you walk in, pick something off the shelf, and pay for it.
Sure.
It's more of a consultative type of sale.
Sure. Now, once someone has become a customer, they've purchased something off of you, What's the service plan look like after that?
Okay. If we're needing something that's basically homebound, a hospital bed, oxygen, you would get to know our service people real well. They would be in the home, they would do the setup, they would follow up as needed, they would respond to you. We always encourage the patient and or the caregiver to visit our office if they have other questions, if they want to pick up supplies here, that's great. If it's an in-store type of setup or sale, we again encourage the client to come back to the store as needed. We do operate a lot by appointment. If you're going to take some time, we need to sit down and discuss or do a setup of a particular piece of equipment like a CPAP, then maybe it's more like an appointment model at that time. We want to set aside appropriate time to provide that service.
Excellent. And Tim, as we wrap up here, tell us again, the listening, the watching audience here, where are you located and how do they get a hold of you? What's the best way to?
Okay, we're here at 242 West 6th Avenue. Easiest way to reach us is our phone, 740-652-9250. You can look at us on the web, goodcarebycpci.com. We do have a web presence. Feel free to come in and just meet our staff, talk to our staff. The lady here has been with us over 20 years. Lots of experience here.
Absolutely. Well, Tim, it's been a pleasure getting to know your business a little bit more today. We appreciate you having us in, and thanks for your chamber membership.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, folks. Again, Travis Markle with the Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce. You've been watching Business Forward, a production of Interphase Video, and thanks again to our sponsors, Cryo Communications.